I'm curious to know how you stay inspired and motivated in this climate of music.
The earliest dream, of course, was always to make it big, be a star, get a record deal. But with social media and now being able to easily be an independent artist, the journey itself has changed. And
You have a few projects out there. What is your favorite project?
I know what my full moon is. My full moon is definitely the ascension of A Natural.
It's got to be motivation too when you just think about the greats that come from Jersey, and then your name is now being mentioned with these names. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to feel great.
I can only hope so.
Welcome to the Soul Streets from Jersey, R&B extraordinaire, this music creator extraordinaire. Welcome back to Soul Streets, A Natural.
What's going on?
It's so great to have you here. You have some new music out. You just been putting out music consistently this year. And I've enjoyed your work on Mac Wiles and Sean Stockman over the course of the year. You've really just been making things happen for the music community, and we thank you for that.
Thank you. It's been interesting. It's been fun. Um, yeah, it's been nice. I'll say that.
Now, I mean, I'm curious to know how you stay inspired and motivated in this climate of music, because the industry has changed so many different ways, and the way we looked at music when Brandy and them was coming up, that was the way we saw getting into the industry. And now today you have Instagram, you have TikTok, you have all these platforms where you can create your base from the bottom and put your music out and grow your base. How do you have your feelings changed about how the business is operating or in the direction that is moving?
Yeah, there's levels to it. Like you said, from the earliest dream, of course, was always to make it big, be a star, get a record deal. Um, but with social media and now being able to easily be an independent artist, those methods
Mhm.
have changed and the journey itself has changed. And more recently, I have been shifting from the love of the music business to the love of music itself, and
Mhm.
kind of just getting back to the point of creating when it makes me happy and not because I feel like I have to do it. And I think it's changed my perspective on the industry. It's changed my perspective on my own journey, and just to figure out like
Mhm.
what is going to be best for me and my peace of mind and my happiness. And I've kind of found that right now, the business is not the forefront for me. And it sounds weird because I have a label, I have artists, I have music that's out, and most people would think, you want that to really work for you, and I would love it to work for me. But I'm also at the point now where I'm content if 1,000 people listen. I'm content if five
Mhm.
people listen. I'm content if I do one show. I'm content if I do 20, because at the end of the day, it's about what God gave me and not what I'm supposed to get back from it. It's about what I'm giving out to the people. And I feel like if I can get back to that state of mind, then the world will just open up for me in a way that's
Yeah.
probably unorthodox, or it might not be typical to what they tell you you're supposed to want. But I'm past that now. Like, and we're
Yeah.
seeing it. We're seeing it. Like I said, I'm inspired by a lot of people that have substance right now. A lot of music that's coming out lately is from people who actually have something to say, and
Right.
that's motivating me to continue doing it.
I think too, because it used to be I used to think like, oh, you get in the music business, you're gonna make all this money and all this kind of stuff. You see you just see the hype of it all, and you just think that's where it's at, not really recognizing that a lot of these people really don't have as much as we think. Like they're working side jobs and doing things to maintain their life, and
Hmm.
before they even show it to us. So I think a lot of it is that a lot of these us as creatives today who have been on the journey, a lot of us has figured out like we have to fuel that energy within our own bases and stuff. You know what I mean? Like we have to create content and it not be about all the flashiness all the time. Like if you're not flashy, don't promote flash. When you're feeling flashy, then promote flash. You know what I mean? When it makes sense, don't do stuff that just don't make sense to what you can deliver.
Exactly.
And what I love about your journey, from what I can see, is that you don't, you do so much, but you do so much without doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like it always feels authentic and it always feels genuine when you're putting out a project because this, I don't know, musically, like both. I mean, you have so many levels to your talent. You have the voice, you have the writing, then you have the production. Like you captivate all those elements and you hit the way we want to hear, the way I want to hear music, R&B music every time. You know what I'm saying? I hear
Thank you.
the influences, but you're a bad motherfucker. So I'm just I'm like, how do you like how do you make it happen each time?
It's for me, it's about life and also knowing that like there's always room to grow. Um,
Mm,
I know I'm good at certain things. I feel like, you know, I am a really dope singer, but I also feel like I can definitely still learn more.
yeah.
More recently, I've been finding a lot more confidence in my voice and performing and being a bit more fearless, um, and not being so worried about being perfect because it's never going to be that way.
Mm,
Um, but then I've also, I've my strong suit for me has always been my pen. Like whenever I write, like I know exactly what I want to say. I know exactly how I want to say it. Melodies and harmonies come to me that same way. Um, and it's really about the responsibility that I have for my lyrics. And that's I think why it might come off authentic is because I want to make sure like I'm not lying about shit. Like I'm telling the
right.
truth about either myself or an experience that I've had or an experience that someone's told me about. I'm never going to come at anybody with anything that's not true. And I think that always helps the listener connect with the music more. Um, but yeah, it's of course it's been years of practice and years of working with different artists and just being open to different sounds and ideas. But at the same time, just
Mm.
like I love what I do, and I want to keep loving what I'm doing. So that motivates me.
You have a few projects out there. What is your favorite project?
For me,
What's the Yeah, for you? What's your favorite project?
wow.
And I know that because most people always say the current one, and because like it's the newest one or whatever. But I'll, and if that's your favorite one, then so be it. That's what's up. But like,
I would say
what
that's
album do you go back and say
it's.
this is my control, this is my full moon, this is my
I mean,
resignation.
I know what my full moon is. My full moon is definitely the ascension of A Natural. And I feel
Okay.
like, full moon was the vocal Bible. It was her coming into her own as as a singer and really like
Mm-hmm.
owning her voice and what she could do. We're talking about Brandy. And I feel like with Ascension, that was me also coming into my own as an artist and kind of really 100% believing in myself and what I could do. But the reason why
Mm-hmm.
it's not my favorite is because it's also my cockiest album. Like I had
Mm.
so much of an ego during that time because I was winning awards, I was doing shows, I was opening for mad people. That's when I opened for T-Pain. Like there was so much going on with that project. The videos were super dope, and this all this stuff was going on. And then right when it dropped, the year that it dropped, 2020 in January,
Mm.
everything shut down. It was
That
like
was like
God told me to
another
sit my ass
9/11.
down. Yep. It was like God told me to sit down and chill for a second. And it was like I knew I was moving in the wrong direction. So that's why I would have to say that it's probably cliche, but my favorite right now is I Write Songs Now Volume 2, because
Okay.
this is the first time that I'm attacking a project where it's just like I have no concerns. I have no reservations. I don't have no points to prove. I'm not trying to be something that I'm not. I'm not trying to be anything. I just wanted to do music and tell my own personal stories. That's why it's only 3 songs. That's why it's super short. And that's why I didn't produce it either. Like I just wanted to be able to write and sing and just get what was in my heart on wax and then just share it with everybody. And
So
it's the first time that I've been able to do that in a very long time. Yeah.
so so with these probably like when you first started out, who was the who did you see yourself um outside of becoming a natural, because you became that, you know what I'm saying, because you put out the work. But what was your goal as an artist when you first started? Like who did you what was your hope to become during those early years when you was putting out work?
You know, during the early years, 'cause I've been doing this for a long time. I don't think I knew, and I think I just wanted to do music because I've been through so many different, phases and iterations of who I am as an artist.
Mhm.
Because I started out in gospel, and then I shifted into R&B, and then I stopped being an artist and started being more of a producer, and things of that nature. So I think I didn't really recognize what I wanted to be, and this is gonna sound crazy, but um, it was, I believe, Eminem performed at Glastonbury in the UK, the
Mhm.
Glastonbury Festival, and he did "Love the Way You Lie," which features Rihanna. And on her part of the hook, he just held the mic out, and like a sea of 80,000 people were just singing the hook. And during that moment, I was like, I want to write that song.
That
And
everyone is
that's,
singing out loud.
I wanted everybody to sing the song that I wrote. And that's literally where I knew, like, okay, this is what I want. That's what I want to do with my life, whether I'm singing the song or whether somebody else is singing it. And that's, it's weird, but that's because I've never wanted to be a superstar singer. I've never wanted to be
Okay.
the artist that tours and has billions of fans. I wanted to be a respected artist, yes, for my craft, but I didn't need the accolades like that. And I've always wanted to be able to write those songs or produce those songs or vocal arrange those songs and just be a part of the construction rather than the presentation. And
Mm.
I think that's probably what sustained me for a long time. But I also know that I can't, negate my voice. Like I can sing and I should keep singing. So
Right.
yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
So have you go? So would you not want to be an artist like that? Like, how did you get, if there was any, stage fright coming in from behind the scenes to the forefront?
So I
And you
mean,
do it so much, like you got mad work out there, so you could do a whole hour set if you need to.
you know what it is? I think it's because in my mind it just comes with the territory. Like, my mom was a singer, my father was in her band, so I get the performance aspect from it, like honest. But I also look at it like when I opened for T-Pain in 2019,
Okay.
it was the biggest show that I've ever done. It was a huge festival, thousands of people. I've never been on a stage like that before. And so I'm backstage and I'm freaking out because I'm like, these people, they want to see me. Like they're out here because I'm on the bill. And it's almost like I had to tell myself, when you get on a plane and they shut that door, you have to go with the flight. Hey, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. You can't take over the controls. You can't jump out the plane. Like you kind of have to see it through. And that's literally where my confidence comes from, where it's like, okay, you wrote this song, they asked you to sing it, you got to sing it, and whatever happens, happens. And that's kind of where the fearlessness kicks in, where it's like, okay, I'm supposed to be here. So get rid of the imposter syndrome, get rid of the nervousness, and walk into your greatness.
Yeah. Yeah, getting over that stage fright, like it's something because I mean you put out projects like you ready, like you are ready to tour, and we want to be there for it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just happy that you found that you've come into the place of just feeling comfortable to do it because your music really is dope, and it brings that feeling of just what great R&B has always been to me, and that soulful vocals, lyrics, arrangement, background vocals, like it's like R&B hasn't gone anywhere when you put on a natural CD. So salute to you for keeping that the essence of R&B going.
Thank you.
Yeah, cause not I mean not I ain't gonna say not many people are doing it, but a lot of people are giving us their interpretation of their R&B, and it doesn't always connect with the soul. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And you have a sonic connection within those fingers and the voice that's just natural. And it's a God given gift.
Yeah.
And I hear it. And it would just be robbery if I don't even get to tell you. So I mean it's very important that I tell you and give you your flowers that you are one of the dopest creatives that I've had the opportunity of seeing on the come up because you just got you got the sound. You have the
Thank you.
sound. Now where the sound goes, only God knows where it can go, but you have the elements of what makes greatness greater.
Thank you. I mean,
Yeah,
and like you
so
said, it's God given. If I was not called to do this, it wouldn't sound the way that it does. It wouldn't hit people the way that it does. It wouldn't have that soul that you're talking about because it would be empty. And I have to give,
Mm,
all praise to God for giving me the gift and also guiding the gift. Like it's all because of God. So
big facts. So you're
yeah,
from Jersey. What part of Jersey you from?
I am originally from Plainfield, New Jersey.
Plainfield. That's right. That's right.
Yes,
I think I
P-Funk.
told you before. I got a cousin. My cousins grew up in Plainfield, Will Street. You
Okay,
familiar
I
with
was
that?
raised on East. I was on East Second, so I was on the East side.
How far is that from Will?
I'm not exactly sure. I
Okay,
know that I was closer to
that's where
like
we was
Scotch
at.
Plains.
Okay, because we used to go to that IGA. And all right, so they had a game room called Eight on the Break in Denellen. You
Yes, and I used to live in Denellen too, right around the corner from me.
okay? So you know where that supermarket was? They used to be right across from that supermarket with IGA. I don't know if they call it IGA,
Yes.
but yeah, that used to be stomping grounds as a youngin. In Plainfield, Watchung Market and all that good stuff over there.
Yep.
And it's some good soul. I mean, I enjoy some good soulful times over there with my family. So it's memories I'll never forget. So I guess that's
Yes.
why it's you got that feeling as well. You've been surrounded around good soul energy your whole life, huh?
My whole life. Like both my parents, like I said, they both did music. That's how they met. Because my mom was a singer. They had a band together. And then it kind of just flowed right to me and my sister. My sister doesn't sing, but she can.
Mhm. Okay.
But the four of us, it was a very musical family growing up.
Dope. So, being from Jersey, you guys have just lost one of the great staples of New Jersey, who's contributed music, Miss Sissy Houston, and we want to definitely honor her this week. She passed
Yes.
away, and everyone knows she's given us Whitney Houston. She's given us great background vocals on Aretha Franklin songs, Luther Vandross. I mean,
Mhm.
she's just been a part of the soul landscape before we all were born.
Exactly.
You know, she sang background for Elvis. I mean,
Mhm.
I mean, that's the beginning of what people be talking about sometimes, you know. So I don't know, but she is a great. She's passed on. You're from that state. How has Sissy Houston um been a part of your journey coming up now that you know?
Yeah. I think, with Sissy Houston, of course, Whitney, of course, is like we wouldn't have Whitney without Sissy. And so I know that for me,
And
if
John.
I have Whitney, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing because Whitney is the voice. And I think that's where the connection to Sissy comes from. Of course, definitely both of them being from Jersey. Um, and just, and then so many people that I know that were either from that same family or that knew them personally. Dionne Warwick is from also this area, Lauryn Hill's from
Yeah.
this area, and all those people are all connected some way to Sissy or Whitney. So it's like, Jersey, we get a lot of crap, but when you really look at us, we have birthed some of the best talents that the world has ever seen. So, definitely
Yeah,
rest in
Queen
peace to Sissy.
Latifah, you just named a lot. Queen Latifah, Lauryn Hill, Naughty
Hmm.
by Nature.
Yep. Even the Jonas Brothers are from Jersey. Like,
Okay.
there's so many different artists. Bruce Springsteen, like, there's so many people that's from Jersey that the world knows as big stars. But if they go back into their history, Faith Evans,
Hmm.
so many different people,
Cool and
Jersey
Gang.
has exactly like Jersey is, we are star makers.
Do you think it's do you feel like you Jersey gets enough props for being the hit making state that it's been?
Um, Not really, but again, this is about the industry. And what I've learned is, um, it's funny. I had someone tell me this down in Atlanta. Atlanta is where you go to cultivate the talent that comes from the New York, New Jersey area. But then you go out to LA to be a star. So
Mhm.
a lot of homegrown talent from Jersey, they have made those moves outside of Jersey, and then some of them have forgotten that that's where they came from. But a lot of them, personally, they'll rep it. But Hollywood is all glitz and glam, so everybody sees that first before they see the actual like foundation. But we know the truth. You know what I mean? Like we know where it comes from. We know that it's homegrown, and we know that Jersey's on the map for a reason.
Yeah, so I mean, it's got to be motivation too when you just think about the greats that come from Jersey, and then your name is now being mentioned with these names. You know what I'm saying? So that's got to feel great.
I can only hope so. I
Your
mean, we're
name is
still
being
waiting for a
mentioned.
few people to actually say the name, but it
Well, we're
is what
gonna
it is.
start it on this show. We starting it right here, right now. A Natural, Queen Latifah, um, Lauren Hill. You hear that? Do you hear those arrangements that this kid is making? Come on now, this stuff is. I mean, it's not even a matter of time. The time is now because the music is out there. Anyone that's heard it will agree that sonically you are neck to neck with anyone that's out there right now. So everything else just has to play itself out with time. But the talent and the gift is what we're talking about. You are up there, and I've heard a lot of talent from all over during this show, and I'm saying it. And it starts with somebody saying it. If it has to be me, then damn it, that's just what it has to be.
I appreciate that. I appreciate. I'm
So
first
the
of all, I'm
streets.
honored. I'm honored just to be considered. But these are all people that I would not be who I am if it wasn't for them. So I will
Yeah,
always pay
you're
homage
doing
to them.
tributes for Melba Moore. You know what I mean? You're now being chosen to honor legends because your gift and your journey and your grind is to that level where they want you to be. That's next level. Like not everyone, as you know, is getting that call to honor these legends in their city. So when those
And
calls are
I'll
being
tell you that actually is something that I've always wanted to do. If we talk about like
made,
dreams when we were younger, I've always wanted to do like a tribute to someone. Like if I had a bucket list, I would love to do a Brandy tribute. I would
mm-hmm.
love to do a B Slade tribute. I would love to do a Luther tribute. And I think I'm good. Hey, if anybody
You
wants to
said B
do a tribute
Slade.
show for them, call me.
You said B Slade.
Yes.
Okay, okay, I
Formerly
just want to
known
make
as
sure that.
Tone. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely can happen, and it will happen if that's what you want. You just gotta put it in the universe and put in the work to make it happen. Because you
Definitely.
made all this happen, you know what I'm saying? So why can't that happen as well? So,
Yeah.
you have a few artists that you have underneath your belt. How is it working with those team of singers, and what do they add, and what do you add to what it is that they have going on? Lauren
So
Ashley,
yes. Seychelle, Elise, Lauren
mhm,
Ashley, Authentic, and my brother Lenny Harold. Um,
yes.
so I've worked with them for years, non-exclusively, and then around like 2022, 2021, we all decided to work a lot more closely together and put some stuff out exclusively under Natural City Music. And it's been really cool. It's been cool to be able to get back into the whole collaborative thing, working
Mhm.
super closely with artists. Um, and we culminated that into this Welcome to Natural City project that came out earlier this year. Something that I've always wanted to do, where I could do a compilation project of plenty of different artists and it not just be me.
Right.
Really showcase the gifts that they have, their writing ability, their singing ability. Like these four people can sing their faces off. It's crazy. And I hope that I was able to showcase that on this project. I know you gave a lot of love to Connection by Lauren, which is
Yeah,
a
that was my
beautiful
joint. That's my joint.
song.
I gotta throw it in. I throw it. I mix it up. Sometimes you got so many joints. Sometimes like I know he get tired of seeing my my
No,
phone,
but we
but I'm
love the
like,
love. We love the love.
but I gotta, but sometimes I gotta play it. Like I gotta play it.
Yeah.
Like some songs last for like three. Some songs really do be lasting in my ear for like 2 or 3 weeks. But then there's just some songs you just gotta keep playing. So I only do my show once a
Yeah.
week. So I was like, I gotta hear, like, I need to hear this collection together when I'm doing doing my 1, 2. And I believe these songs is gonna really touch the people that's listening to my show
Yeah.
because you all are an extension of what I deem soulful and good R&B. So you are forever in the playlist because you represent exactly what the show was created to display. Great music.
Yes. Yes.
You know? So
No, I
I,
appreciate it. I mean, they're not only like amazing artists, but they're also my close friends, and
mm-hmm,
that also makes it fun. It makes it easy. Um, and I wanted to kind of set that platform for them so that
mm-hmm.
they can spread their wings and do whatever they want because they now have this body of work to showcase what they do. Um, and if they get signed tomorrow to $1 million deal, like I'm cool because I was able to provide that platform, and
Right.
I want them to do greater things than what they've done with me. So it's been really, really cool being able to do that with them. So,
That's
and I
dope.
thank them for
Dope.
trusting me. Yeah.
Dope. Well, how was it, and how did you get the opportunity to work with the legendary Mr. Sean Stockman
Ah.
from the legendary Boys to Men? That had to been
Um,
like a pinch me moment.
you know, it was a pinch me moment when I met him in Atlanta.
Okay.
Um, the whole story of me meeting him is actually crazy because this is back in like 2010 or something like that, 2011. Um, and I did a cover of one of Boyz II Men's songs called "Put Some Music On." It wasn't
Mm,
like the most widely known song, but it was one of my favorite songs from one of their later albums. And I did an acapella cover, and I just posted it up on YouTube. Didn't think anything of it because I was doing that regularly. And apparently, one of Sean's friends, this guy named Brian, who is from Atlanta, he's an A&R
mm,
manager guy, or whatever. Heard it, showed it to Sean, and then they flew me out to Atlanta. And from there was kind of history. I got to work with him in vocal producing some other groups and doing some songwriting. And I remember this one day in the studio, like he actually was there and he deferred to me as far as what to do. Like I'm sitting there like, oh my God,
mm.
you're Sean Stockman. And he's like, yeah, but we called you to do this. So I'm gonna do what you tell me to do. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
So from there that
Did you
I
already
guess
feel, had you had heard or felt anything that could be added before he even brought that opportunity to you?
I mean, I did because I was, it was a girl group. They're no longer together, but it was a girl group that he was managing at the time. And I had been, contracted to do stuff for them. And I had been
Okay.
working with them for several months. But this particular session, he actually came to. And, that day he was supposed to just, kind of oversee and then, give his ideas wherever. But I'm sitting up there, and I'm like, no, you're Sean Stockman, so I want you to take the lead. But he said, no, you take the lead. And I'm like, okay. I did my best, and he was satisfied. So, and I
So
guess from there, it allowed him to continue to reach out to me. So he put out a couple of songs earlier this year and last year, some just solo singles. And the first one was just me mixing the song for him. And then the
mhm.
second one, I actually added my vocals to the record and also mixed it for him. And it's dope to
That
just see
joint
that I have a
fire.
song with him.
Yeah. What's the name? What for the people who want to look it up? What's the name of that joint?
That's a great question. Give me 1 second.
I
Because
thought
I always can
I should know it as many times I played it, but I don't feel bad now. So you don't
no, I
even
always
really.
confuse the names because so this song is called Your Guardian. Yes.
Yes, yes,
The
yes,
one that I'm
yes,
on is called Your Guardian.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Fire, fire,
And shout
fire.
out to Sean too, because he has a couple of songs with oh my God, I forgot her name, but she just put out an album this year and Sean is on the album as well. Oh, I can't think of her name. That's crazy. But yeah, shout out to Sean.
Dope, 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 dope.
Yeah.
And then you did the same type of vocal production for Mac Wiles as well.
Yes.
How did that come together?
So I've been working with Mac since 2015
Mm-hmm.
and 2015, 2016 roughly. And it's funny how that came to be because I just put out I Write Songs Now Volume 1 and his people heard the very first song off the track. It's called MacFac, which
Mm-hmm.
just stands for Many Are Called, Few Are Chosen. And they wanted the song for him. And I said, nah. I wanted
Whoa.
to keep it for myself because I just put it out and I was like, no, this is personal. This is about me. But I guess they liked it so much. They called me back and they said, well, we still want to work with you. He's working on a new album. Let's, come to the studio in New
What you
York
got?
and yeah. And so I was like, definitely. And so we worked on his album After Hours very closely, like almost on every single record. I have my hand in almost every single record on that project. And then after that project came out, he took a break. He did some TV shows, some movies, and then he started putting out different singles. And then Simple Things was one of the songs that we kind of worked on just
That
randomly.
song is fire, fire, fire.
And he, I don't know what happened with that song. I don't know why it hit the way that it did, because it was such a relaxed session for us, just like, just chilling in the studio. And then I remember he was he was presenting on, I think, the Billboard Awards or the BET Awards or something like that. It might have been the Soul
Mm-hmm.
Train Awards. And they call his name, but all I hear is my voice in the background, like on TV. And then my phone
Wow.
starts blowing up, and everybody's like, "Yo, I'm hearing you on TV right now." And I'm like, "I'm hearing it too. What's going on?" And I texted him and I was like, "Yo, are you kidding me?" He was like, "Yeah, I didn't know they were going to do that. They just said they were going to play my song when I came up." And I was like, "That's crazy. Thank you for the opportunity." Like, Mac is my brother for life. He's
Definitely.
definitely like a godsend. Like, he checks up on me when I'm not even thinking about anything. And when I got sick with COVID,
Do you have that clip? You have that clip?
of that song playing,
Yeah, like that. You have that moment.
I don't have that moment, but I do have a moment where he was in another interview talking about that song. So
Okay, okay.
somebody has it
Maybe,
somewhere. I gotta find it.
maybe it's on YouTube. Sometimes these things on YouTube just pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it because I gotta put that in the archives. But nah,
Definitely, definitely.
Mac is my brother for life. Like, he has looked out for me in more ways than I can imagine, and I love
Yeah,
him to
and you
death.
said, and like I said, your name is in the same conversation, in the same space with all these greats. Everyone is great in their own respected rights, and your name is right there, continuing them to have great R&B moments because you are such a moment, an R&B moment in yourself. Come on now,
Thank
more
you.
love for the brother A Natural, man. I mean, it's not an easy journey to stay on. So it's
Right.
like, and you've been putting out work consistently, and I'm like, you just be doing your thing. You just be doing your thing. So what can we look forward to in the future? Is there anything happening that we need to stay
Um,
alert on?
right now I'm chilling. I mean, I definitely am still, loving the love that I'm receiving for I Write Songs Volume 2.
Mm-hmm.
Um and like I said, it's a simple project, but I'm enjoying the simplicity. I'm enjoying no pressure behind it. I just did a show in Montclair, New Jersey, like my first solo show in quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an intimate show, but it was friends and family, and some listeners and some fans that came out, and it was actually the most fun that I've had, performing in a very long time. So I definitely want to do more of that. We'd definitely like to get some more bookings under the belt. But right now, it's just about kind of just coasting and seeing where the wave takes us. I think when it comes to this industry, there's a lot of stuff going on that we can all see, and that's exposing a lot of truth. And it's
Oh
going to
Lord.
cause some things to have to change. And I'm really, really excited and anxious to see that change happen, because then it'll let me know where I fit and how I want to move. And a lot of the
And it's
nonsense
dope
and the
that you
crap.
have the content, to rise with all the things, all the changes that are happening. Like you are in a good space of
Yeah.
because you've not been lazy and stagnant on on your gift with your gift, and you've been putting out work. You are and can be a part of this algorithm, just blending your good vibes in with all the other stuff that's going on because it's out there.
Yeah, but I want to do more than that. I want to dismantle the algorithm. I don't think there needs to be
Mm,
one. I think that's been the biggest problem with the music industry, is that we've let a concept determine what music should be. We've let chart positions and followers determine the quality of music, and that's why it all needs to topple. It all needs to change, because it's not been about the music in a very long time. So fuck the algorithm. I'm done with that. Now I want to be able to put out music for the sake of music. I want to be able to make sure that I heed the calling that God has on my life and the responsibility that I have with my gift, and let that
mm.
make room for me. I don't care about a chart. I don't care about DSPs. I don't care about followers. I don't care about social media. I care about doing this music. And I
When
know
did you
that,
get to that place?
say again.
When did you get to that place, and what got you to that place?
It's been a long time coming. And I've kind of always felt that way, but this year specifically, um, with so many people coming out with their stories and telling their truths, and it being relatable so much to my own story, it's given me, I guess, the courage to be like, yeah, I don't need to do this anymore. I I did have some things go down this year. I won't go so far into it, but
Yeah.
people that I thought had my best interest in heart when it comes to the business, they were exposed. And it took nothing to expose, because it was like, it was almost like obvious, like you're going to try to dupe me, but you know that I'm too smart for that. You know that I've been experienced too much to just let you do whatever. And because of that, now you're mad and you're going to take an opportunity away from me. That means it wasn't an opportunity for me to begin with. And so that's why I'm like, this just reinforces the fact that I don't need to be a part of that. I've been telling everybody this year, like, we're we're almost insane for continuing to want to be a part of an industry that was not designed for us to win. And so I no longer want to do that. I want to change what that even means for people like me. I want to change the opportunities that are presented to us. I want to change the things that we're supposed to expect. I
And
don't necessarily
what
need to
does that
make
change look like? What does that change look like? And let's be
that.
clear
Yeah.
in what it looks like, because we can, so people can understand, because it may be exactly what we all want to see,
Hmm.
but have not heard it. And we can be the start of this new way of seeing exactly what we want it to be.
Yeah. It starts with redefining what success means to you. Success is
Mm-hmm.
different for every person. For me, my brother, he had asked me, he was like, so what would make you happy? And I said, what would make me happy is just having enough money to live comfortably and take care of my people. That's it. I don't need billions of dollars. I don't need billions of fans. I just want to be able to pay my bills, do music when I feel like it, and make sure that my family's taken care of. The dream has always been, oh, you got to sign a deal and make millions of dollars and go on tour and get billions of fans. But we've seen people peter out after a year. We've seen people
Mm-hmm.
shelved for years and never get to even experience what it's like to be a star. And so that industry was never designed for us to win. It was designed to make somebody on the top floor of a building make millions of dollars for themselves. And so for me, I want people to redefine what success looks like. If success is I got to do a show in my hometown and my whole city came out and supported me, cool. Or if success is, I sold 1,000 copies of my record out of my trunk, cool. Like, let's be content with that because God can do so much more. We expect God to immediately give us what somebody else has, and we're wondering why we're
Mm.
never satisfied. And so that's why I'm saying let's change our mindset because, again, I'm happy right now and I'm choosing to be happy, even though I'm
That was
not
my
where
next
people think I
question.
should
Are you
be.
happy now? Yeah, that was my
I'm
next question. Are you
wonderful.
happy now? 'Cause you sound like you are, and it sounds like you're in a space where um you're good with what's happening and how you're able to keep it happening. It's like you don't need all these unnecessary, unrealistic things to keep it going for yourself right now. Like you figured out how to keep music alive in your life in your way, and that's happiness and peace right there. I had
Yeah.
somebody ask me last night, no, 2 nights ago, like why don't I some of on the lines of like paying for ads and paying, like your show would be so much better if you had a co-host, or if you had um paid for promotion. I was like, you don't know what I paid for. I've had a co-host, I've had a DJ, I've had an engineer, I've had and all those things that I've had. I still wanted to do it. I'm still doing it. I'm doing it because this is something that I want to do. I'm committed to doing exactly what I'm doing now. If it takes off and be the biggest show in the world, then so be it. But if it's not, it doesn't matter, because as long as people are getting a true, a feel, a good conversation, an honest conversation with some substance, for people that want to contribute greatness to the world in their own way, and we're able to come together and have conversations like you and I, that's what this show is about. Because
Exactly.
I can't determine how many people are going to actually listen to it. Yeah, you can buy numbers, you can buy, and that's fine if that's what I choose to do. If I want to do it, if I don't want to do it. But when people truly listen to the show and they say, you know what, you really said something on this particular show that really touched me or whatever, that's really what it's all about for me. And everything else, if you can do that, fine. But like, I'm not, I definitely get what you're saying. I don't do it just for that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Even though you got to
Yeah.
do what you got to do, but you know what I'm saying. But
And that's
the
the thing, right?
joy
Like,
of doing it is beautiful.
so, because I also want to make it clear, like, if you are aspiring to be that type of artist, like if you want the Grammys and you want the billions of dollars and the billions of fans, whatever, that's not a problem. But that comes with something, and it's just a matter of being prepared to be able to deal with what comes with that.
Hmm.
And I think the problem a lot of people might have is when they go into it unrealistically. I know for myself, like I had a deal on the table when I was in my 20s. And I know now that I wasn't ready for it. And I'm glad it didn't happen because I don't know where I would have been. It definitely was not the right time for it. Am I
Hmm.
ready for a deal now? No, because I don't want one unless it serves my purpose. They would have to literally meet me
You're
where I'm at.
giving the deals out now. You're giving the deals out now, and
Exactly.
you've given yourself a deal. You signed yourself to your own standard, your own way of doing things, your own way of being the boss that you be, helping other people become bosses and understand the game and their publishing and things of that nature. You know what I
Yep.
mean? You are doing things from the bottom up, and you doing things the right way, I'm sure, to where people are, growing, and they feel like they don't have pressure, unnecessary pressure that's gonna make them feel like they come and gotta do something that they don't have to do to make music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and that's a gift. You know what I mean? And that's a beautiful thing. So we thank you for that, because if those that have listened to the artists that you attach yourself with, it's a joy to listen to, and you inspire. You all inspire the music collective. So continue to do what you do. Um, it's always an honor to have you on the Soul Streets, and
Yes.
big fan of your. As soon as I heard you from the first day, I heard you when they brought. I don't know how. I don't know how I got to know who you was musically, but you know what? I think it was through. I don't know if I interviewed Authentic or um Lenny first, but I don't
It was
even. It
definitely
doesn't
one of
even.
them.
Yeah, it was, but it doesn't even matter. 'Cause when I heard it was a song that you had, that I had asked, the one that you performed at the Sugar Bar that time. I forget the name of it, but when I heard the arrangement of that song, I said, "Oh," I was like, "This guy here he's special. Like he knows exactly where music needs to be, in my
Thank you.
opinion." So, and I
Thank you.
thank you. And you've been a blessing to this collective of music on this up and coming tip, and I'm glad to see that you're getting some of your flowers by being able to work with a lot of legends, and seeing this your journey just manifest into all the greatness that has come so far. So continue blessings,
Thank you
and
very much.
I will be, I'll be supporting you here on the Solar Street. You'll get my alerts. You heard.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you because you've been supporting not just me, but all of the people that I work with for so many years. And we need more of that. And we can never say thank you enough. Like we really, really appreciate everything that you do for not just independent artists, but all artists. So thank you very much for that.
Now I appreciate, like I said on my show the other night, I said, some artists say, not every artist says yes, but not every artist says no. And
Mhm.
I'm thankful to the artists who have had some commercial success, who I've had the opportunity to speak with, and those who I believe should have more success in that way. I'm thankful for those who've said yes, because they both have said yes and both have said no. So it's no, you know what I mean? It's just a matter of what artists are, where they at and what they want to do. Sometimes, you just gotta be patient and
Yeah.
just continue to do the work and support the work that's there, that wants to be supported and wants to put their face out there and their voice out there to talk about the music. And like you've been doing. So I thank you so much just for supporting this forum and always being available when it's time, and not shutting us down, because you could talk. I mean, it's just a lot of people that would love to tell, and there will be more, of course, interviews coming, and I'm just always thankful when I get a chance to speak to somebody who really, really understands music in the way that I listen to it. So this is I knew it was going to be a good one.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
And until next time, definitely keep me posted on different engagement. I'll also be following, and I'm gonna pop up on you, and I'm gonna catch
I'm
you
gonna pop
live,
on you too. I
live.
got to come back to the sugar bar.
Cool, cool, cool. Yes, yes, yes. Hopefully, I may, I don't know, maybe God knows, I may be back there doing my residency back Monday. But until it was fun doing it while I was there. But right now we're doing the Solar Streets, and I'm having a
Yes.
ball, and I'm still gonna be at the Sugar Bar because and that's soul lives there too. And I need
Yes.
to be wherever the soul is at, because that's get that blessing, that soulful blessing we need it in our lives. And I
Yes, sir.
definitely can get it there with a good old drink, and I'm gonna get it very soon.
Thank you
So
again. No,
until the
this was
next time we come
yes.
together, my brother, stay
Yes,
blessed, stay
sir.
safe, and continue to keep soul going in your life.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're ready. Peace.
All right.
Oh wait, before you go, how can the people find you on social
Oh
media?
yeah. So everything on my website. So a natural, the number four ever.com. So a natural forever.com. All the music is there. My entire discography is there. You can also get to my label site from there for Natural City Music to see all the artists that we're working with, and everything is there. You can also even watch my latest show that I did in Montclair. That's the first video that pops up on the website, so you'll be able to watch that full
So,
concert.
all right, there it is. All right, until next time, peace, my brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.